Hi everyone, in this video I'll be showing how to install PopOS alongside Windows in a dual boot setup without using a USB drive. So I'm going to download PopOS, going to system76.com and then go to PopOS and then go to download and scroll down and I'm going to download the 22.04 LTS version, download. Or if you have a more modern NVIDIA graphics card, then you can download this version. After it's downloaded, go into your downloads folder. And so there's the ISO file that I downloaded. And I'm going to mount it. And you can hit enter or right click and mount. And if you get this message, Smart App Control blocked a file that may be unsafe. So we'll just mount it using PowerShell. So I'm going to go to OK. And then go into PowerShell. And then do mount disk image dash image path. And then the path to the ISO file. Alright, and it has been mounted. I'm going to close. And now I'm going to go into disk management. Start disk management. Alright, in disk management here, so I have my disk, my SSD, and it has Windows on it. So there's the UEFI partition for Windows, there's the C drive, and there's the recovery partition. And here's PopOS and the installation media. As I've mounted it here in Windows, it's only going to be seen here, and if I reboot, I won't be able to boot from it. So I'm going to create a new partition on my SSD just for the installation media, so I can boot from it. So I'm going to use some free space from my C drive. I have about 430 gigabytes free, so more than enough free space. Right click, shrink volume, and the size of it is about 2.56 gigabytes, so I'll do 3000 megs. Alright, and there's my unallocated space, and right click, new simple volume, next, 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 and then the file system will be FAT32, and then the volume label, we'll label as ISO, next, finish. Alright, and it has been created, and now going back into my downloads folder, and now going into the E drive, and I'm going to copy all the contents from the mounted ISO, and going into my new F drive, and paste. Alright, all the files have been copied over, and going back into disk management. Once I have PopOS installed, I will then remove this partition. Now your BIOS should be able to see this partition and boot from it, but if not, it may need to be seen as an UEFI system partition. So I'm going to change that. Going into disk part, start disk part, run as administrator, yes, list my disk, and I'll select disk 0, list my partitions, and it's partition number 5, the 3000 megabyte partition, so select partition 5, and type in help set ID, and type in set ID equals, and I'm going to scroll up, look for the UEFI system partition value in hex, copy it, and paste. Enter. Alright, and we see it has been changed, so that's good. I'm just going to close this OneDrive window here. And next, I'm going to set aside some space for PopOS. So I'm going to select the C drive, I'm going to shrink it, and I'm going to do 100,000 megs, or about 100 gigs. Shrink. Alright, and there's the unallocated space. And now I'm going to reboot my computer and go into the BIOS. In your BIOS, ensure that Secure Boot is disabled, and if you have Fast Boot, disable it as well. And now I'm going to do a one-time boot into the installation media partition. It's labeled as UEFI OS. And how I know that, if I go back into Windows, open up a command prompt as administrator, type in bcdedit space /enum space firmware, and at the bottom, you can see that there's device partition F, the F drive that was created, and the description, UEFI OS. And I'm going to boot into it. Alright, it's booted into the installation media partition, and it says try or install PopOS. Okay. Alright, and the installer starts up, and I'm just going to close it for now. So right click on it and then quit. And then now I'm going to be setting up my disk. I'll be using LVM, Logical Volume Manager, and ext4. So I'm going to open up gparted, go into the launcher, and then you can go to gparted. All right, and we see my disk here, dev SDA1. It's the EFI partition for Windows, 200 megabytes. And then next partition, SDA2, is a Microsoft Reserve partition. It's 16 megabytes. SDA3 is my C drive, 375 gigabytes. And there's my unallocated space, 97 gigabytes. And there's the ISO partition. And then at the bottom here is SDA5. It's the Microsoft recovery partition. So going into the unallocated space, and then I'm going to create the first partition, right click new, and this would be the /boot partition. And according to the installation, it has to be at least 1 gigabyte. So I'll do 1024, and then the file system will be FAT32, add, and then the next partition, right click new, and then I'm going to use the remaining space, and the file system will be LVM2, PV, logical volume manager 2, physical volume, add, and we see it there. And I'm going to hit the check mark to apply, apply. It's completed, close, and we can see the new partitions created, SDA6, the EFI partition I'll use for PopOS, and SDA7, my LVM partition. And now I'm going to close gparted, open up the terminal. I'm going to sudo in, sudo-i, and in LVM, I'm going to create a new physical volume, and it's going to be using dev SDA7. So pv create dev SDA7, and the physical volume has been successfully created. Now I'll create the volume group, so vg create, and then the name of the volume group, I'll call it PopVG, and then dev SDA7, and the volume group has been created. Now I'm going to create the logical volumes. I'll create two, one for swap and one for root everything else. So lv create, and then the name of the volume group, PopVG, and then the name for my first logical volume, I'll call it swap, and then the size for it, -L. I have 12 gigs of RAM, so I'll do 12 gigs for swap. All right, and it has been created. And then the next one will be for root, so this will be for everything else, and then I'll put root, and then the size of it, it'll be the remaining free space, so -L, 100% free. All right, and it has been created, so if I type in LVS, we see my two logical volumes, root and swap. Next, I want to see where my installation media partition was mounted, so I'm just going to use df-h, and we see there /dev SDA4, it's been mounted to /cd-rom. So I'll be temporarily unmounting this so the installer will be able to find my SSD, and then I will mount it back just before installing. So umount -L /cd-rom, and now I'm going to minimize this, and now I'm going to go into the installer and select your language, select United States, select keyboard layout, select default, select, and here I'll be doing custom advanced, and here at this screen we select our partitions. I'm going to expand this window, and so dev SDA6 was the partition I created for the EFI partition just for PopOS. So it's this one over here. I'm going to hover over it, select it, use partition, format it, okay. And next, the swap partition, 12 gigs. So it's this partition over here. Select it, use, and then use as swap. And then here's going to be my root partition. Select it, use partition, will be set as root. And I'll be using ext4. And the partitions have been set. And before hitting erase and install, going back into my terminal, and I'm going to remount /cd-rom. So mount -r dev SDA4 /cd-rom. And it's been remounted. I'm going to minimize and erase and install. Put in your full name and username. Next. Your password. Next. And it's going to install PopOS. And this will take a little bit of time to install. Alright, and the installation has completed. Now I'm not going to restart just yet. I'm just going to go into the terminal again. I'm going to type in UEFI boot manager, enter, and this would show my UEFI boot order. And we can see the boot order, it's 6, 0, 5, 3, and 4. So 6 is PopOS. So it should boot into PopOS. But what I'm going to do is restart, and my computer will restart, and then I'm going to go back into the BIOS. Alright, and so my boot order here, I have the Windows Boot Manager, and second is UEFI OS, and third is PopOS. Fourth is UEFI OS again, and this one is different. It is a fallback bootloader that PopOS has installed. So as boot option number 3 is PopOS, I'll have to change it, and then save changes and exit. Alright, and the login screen comes up for PopOS. Login. Alright, and I'm in PopOS. Now I'm just going to go through the welcome screens here. Next, 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 skip, next, next, skip, and start using PopOS. And now that PopOS is installed, I'm going to delete the installation media partition. So I'll use gparted again. And if I go to the launcher, and if I put in gparted, it doesn't come up. And that's because in a new installation, gparted is not included. So I'm going to go and install it. I'm going to go into the pop shop, and then look for gparted, and then install. Put in my password. All right, it has been installed. And I'm going to open it up. All right, and there's dev SDA4. I'm going to right click, delete. And so I have 3 gigabytes available. And now I am going to resize SDA7 to take that space. Resize, and then 0, and then resize. And then apply, apply. All right, it has completed. Close. And now I'm going to close gparted. Open up a terminal. And I'm going to sudo in, sudo-i, put in my password, and I'm going to type in PVS, and this will list my physical volumes. And we see at the end there's 2.93 gigabytes free. And if you don't see that, it may be because gparted didn't do a resize. So you can just run it, pv resize, and then dev sda7, and then it'll do a resize. And then you should be able to see it when you do PVS again. Next, I'm going to check the volume groups, VGS, and then we see that there's 2.93 gigabytes available, and then there's LVS, and this will list my logical volumes. So root is 84.65 gigabytes, and that is where I'm going to be allocating the free space. And if I do a df-h and /dev/mapper pop vg root, it's 83 gigabytes. And then so when I add in the free space, we'll see it increase. I'm going to do lv extend -r. This would automatically resize -l, and it's going to use the 100% free space. It'll be dev mapper pop vg-root. All right, and the size of the logical volume has been changed. And now if I do an LVS again, and we see that it has increased to 87.58 gigabytes, and I do a df-h, and we see that it has increased to 86 gigabytes. Now there was no boot menu, so I can select between Windows and PopOS. So I'm going to install the Refine Boot Manager so I can select between the two. I'll clear my terminal. I'm going to do an app update, and I'm going to install Refine, and I'm going to do an app install Refine. Yes. And I'm going to automatically install Refine to the ESP. Yes. All right, and it has been installed. And now I'm going to restart my computer and go into the BIOS. All right, and in my boot order here, and boot option number 1 is PopOS, and it uses system D to boot into it. And second is the Windows Boot Manager. And number 3, it's UEFI OS. And so this is the fallback bootloader. And boot option number 4 is the Refine Boot Manager. So I'll have to change this, and then save changes and exit. All right, Refine comes up, and I got Windows, and I got here that I'll load the vmlinux.efi file. And here it's going to go and start system deboot to go into PopOS. So I'm going to be removing this option here. And so I'll hit delete, and this will hide it. And yes, I want to hide it. And so I just got the 2 options. And if you ever want to restore that option, you can go down and you can go to Manage Hidden Tags menu. and you'll see the option to restore it. So I'm going to hit escape to go back out. Now I'm going to make sure I can go back into PopOS. All right, and it works. And now I'm going to reboot and make sure I can get back into Windows. All right, Refine comes back up and I'm going to go into Windows. All right, and I'm back in Windows. So that's it. That's how you can install PopOS alongside Windows in a dual boot setup without using a USB drive. I hope this video has been useful and I thank you for watching. Bye now.